today's edition of Pegasus Test. On today's edition, we're covering High Desert Brutality 24, Rush B. Alright, what was this stage? Fun is what it was. It really was. And it was divided between two bays. One bay was a pistol bay, one bay was a rifle bay, with a task you had to complete in between. Now, the first thing you did is in your starting position, you engaged a Polish plate rack. And as you engaged that rack, there was a armored plate down on the lower point. So as the rack did its spin, the bottom portion was not visible to you. So you had to hit your plate somewhere on an arc between 7 and 5 o'clock, roughly. You know, that whole 5 to 7 position was blocked off. So if you like having the strategy, oh, I'll hit it and I'll let it stop spinning, that wasn't going to work for you. Then you hit a steel static target, then you jumped over a tripwire, then at a VTAC barricade you engaged a plate rack and then a steel target beyond it. Then you jumped another tripwire and you engaged it's called a tombstone rack where it's 6 targets all in a row and you have to knock one down to get to the next one. And then take your magazine out with the round that was in the firearm, hit the steel silhouette down range. So your pistol's empty and you could safely reholster. From there, you reached into a bag and grabbed a tag that had a series of codes on it. You then ran over to the next bay, jumping over a tripwire, and there was a bomb that you had to defuse the bomb. And you put your code into it, and you had a thing. If you got the code correct, it gave you 45 seconds to jump over another tripwire, stand in a box, and with your rifle engage targets at the end of the bay. I think it was right around 50, maybe 100 meters roughly. You had to shoot it offhand, freestyle, get 2 hits. In my case, because I was battle rifle, it would have been 4 hits if it was intermediate, and total of 8 hits if it was PCC. Then you jumped back across the tripwire and you looked at the bomb, and the code you put in told you what wire you needed to pull to defuse said bomb. You had 45 seconds to get that done. If you put the wrong code in, you had 30 seconds to do the exact same thing and defuse it before it blew up. If it blew up, which means it made a very annoying sound, was a 60-second penalty. After doing that, you went over the tripwire, went over another tripwire to another VTAC, and from there you had a Know Your Limits target, which is, for those of you who don't know, it's a series of diamonds that get progressively smaller that you had to engage with your rifle, and then the stage was over. This is a really fun stage. Let's take a look at how my run went, and we're going to talk about it on the other side.
All right, sir. Give me an indicator when you're ready. Ready. Shooter's ready. Stand by. Steal. Go! Any hole? Any hole. Steal!
The fuck?
Go! Drop mag! High value! Holster! Grab a tag! Go! Over the tripwire! Put in your code! Move! Pull the wire! Black wire! VTAC! Any hole! Hit! 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 Unload, show clear.
All right, some fun stage, good test of marksmanship with both the sidearm and the rifle. So Polish plate rack went fairly well for me. Used a few more rounds than I thought, and that would catch me as I jumped over the tripwire and from the VTAC engaged the plate and ran out of ammo. I was like, what the hell? Because I didn't think I'd shot that much ammo off. Next thing that kind of messed with my head on that one is you have that plate rack knocked down, and it's a bar across a silhouette, so like it's cutting me, like if you're using me as a silhouette right here, so I could engage the top or the bottom half, and for a couple of rounds that just totally messed my head, and I launched rounds right into the plate rack, which wasn't the requirement. The requirement was hit the steel beyond the plate rack. But I got it squared away, jumped over, did the tombstone plate rack fairly quickly with only one miss, then collected the high value target, so I avoided that penalty, grabbed the tag, ran around, didn't hit any of the tripwires, plugged in the code. Apparently I got it right, but I did have one problem, and I worked this out with the RO ahead of time. My shooting glasses were sunglasses because we're in the high desert. They were also polarizing. I could not literally read the screen on the bomb. So I had a choice of either taking my glasses off or asking the RO for assistance. I talked it through with him before the stage, and we both agreed that, you know, we shouldn't compromise safety, and that if I'd looked and he didn't see me react right away, he'd just tell me what color I was supposed to pull. And that's what happened. And that's what you saw in the video. The offhand shots came okay, not as quick as I would have liked, but by then I've kind of figured my offset out, and I did offset off because of the different ammo types that I've mentioned in the other videos. Got the hits, wish I'd have gotten a little quicker, and then I got over to the VTAC, which was very cool because these VTACs were cut out like the state of Idaho, so it was great props to somebody's creativity on that. And went through the Know Your Oil Limits target again, pretty good because the targets got progressively smaller and the hits came quick enough, and then the stage ended. It was a really good stage. I very much enjoyed it. It forced you to engage several different types of pistol targets, from a swirling plate rack to a static plate rack to a plate rack where everything was in a row instead of linear. It forced you to maneuver, and yet when you maneuvered you had to be aware of these tripwires and the penalties that you can incur with them, so you had to pay attention to where you were going and what your footwork was. Offhanded rifle shooting is always difficult on a battle caliber rifle. That's a little on the heavier side. It makes it a bit more of a challenge. And you know, VTAC shooting, you know, can be good. These VTACs were very well braced, so that helped you, but some VTACs you encounter in life are kind of on the flimsy side, so that works against you. So overall, several different types of marksmanship challenges presented in one stage, which makes for an excellent and fun stage, and another good credit to the stage designer on this one. We'd like to thank you for tuning in and watching this video about high desert brutality. We hope you're finding this helpful and informative, and if you do, please tune in tomorrow for the next video in the series.